Welcome back to Nomad Margins. If you have been following the journey, you know week 6 was our new baseline after an emergency $600 withdrawal where we started the rebuild at $555. Today, we are looking at a very different picture. The portfolio has climbed to $661.38. We are officially back in the green for the week, up $5.42 in the last 7 days. But while the surface looks calm, underneath the hood, I've been experimenting with some high-risk strategies that almost wiped out the recovery before it even began. Let's look at the current state of the account. We are at $661.38. In the last week, we saw an organic growth of $5.42, which is about a 0.83% increase. More importantly, I am staying disciplined with the rebuild. On April 27th, I added a $100 deposit. This is how we get back to that $2,000 goal, not through luck, but through consistent, scheduled contributions. If we look at our Core 5 breakdown, the recovery is in full swing. SCHD remains our anchor, and we are slowly beefing up our growth income hybrid. Checking the Blossom Social Pulse, our all-time return has rebounded to 5.25%. Compared to last week's 8.23%, we are moving in the right direction. We are slowly closing the gap between our red line and the S&P 500's purple line. We are still heavy in tech, but our financials exposure is holding steady. As a nomad, I am not chasing the S&P 500, I am chasing cash flow, and that engine is the heart of this journey. Because of that $100 deposit and the recovery in share prices, our dividend forecast has taken a nice jump. We are now projected to make $45.19 per year, with an annual yield of 8.23% and a yield on cost of 8.52%. That is $3.76 every single month in passive income. When you're living a nomadic life, these numbers matter. $45 pays for a high-speed rail ticket or a few days of accommodation in a budget-friendly city. We are building a life that pays for itself. Now, I have to talk to you guys about the dark side of the week. As part of this rebuild, I've been using options to generate extra premium. For a while, I was doing incredibly well with put credit spreads. They were consistent, they fit my bullish outlook, and they were adding extra margins to the portfolio. But I got greedy. I decided to try a double calendar spread, thinking I could play the volatility on both sides. I almost lost it all. The trade moved against me fast, and I realized very quickly that the complexity of a double calendar doesn't fit the nomad lifestyle. I don't want to be staring at Greek variables and theta decay while I'm trying to explore a new city. The lesson learned: stick to what works. I am going back to basics and sticking with put credit spreads. They are simpler, easier to manage, and they've been my most reliable growth engine outside of core dividends. Options are a tool, but if you don't respect them, they'll break your portfolio. Week 7 was about growth, but more importantly, it was about discipline. We survived a bad options trade, and we kept the Core 5 intact. Follow my trades and see exactly how I'm playing my next put credit spreads on Blossom Social at Nomad Margins. Question for the week: have you ever tried a complex option strategy that blew up in your face? What did you learn from it? Let's talk in the comments. I'm your host, this is Nomad Margins. We're climbing back. I'll see you in week 8.